Hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. Today we're going to give a spring cleaning tip for you here. I am in my garage and I'm about to clean my garage floor. Got everything shoved over to that side, then I'll move stuff over back where it goes here, do that side. I'm going to do my driveway, but most of you guys are using pressure washers and that's fine. I'm going to show you a few different methods today that work. Some that suck and take a very long time, which is probably how most of you guys are doing it, and then a couple ways to make it a lot faster. So, but pressure washing your driveway, pressure washing your garage, fantastic thing to do. I usually do my driveway every year. The garage, when I get around to it, as you can see, it is pretty dirty. And been a while since I've done it. Keep in mind we are looking at a 20-year-old garage floor. But usually I do this. I haven't done this in probably 5-6 years. As this is where my boat usually is. But we're going to go through and get this done. But there's basically a couple different methods you can use. Most of you guys don't need to have a commercial grade pressure washer like I'm using here. You know, you're simple like this, a Ryobi. You know, your standard little pressure washer like this one here, which I'm getting ready to sell here in the spring because I don't use it anymore, but something like that would work fine. You can use this wand that's on here like this. We pull it off of there. Most people are used to using, let me widen this out. There you go. Your wand with your spray heads on there, and then you're sitting here and you're literally back and forth and doing that, and it works, but it takes forever. I mean, it takes literally forever to do this right and get that done because you want to hold that thing about that far off and take it even strokes, walking back and forth. And it's an exhausting, long process. Is it doable? Yes, it is. It is doable, but there are better ways to do it. A couple of them I will show you. One is just using a simple, using a turbo nozzle. Turbo nozzles work really good. They spin and rotate like here I have on the end of my gun. That is a turbo nozzle. And what that does is that when you shoot it, I'll show you, it's going to go around in circles like this and clean everything as it goes around. So you're getting a much bigger patch at one time. And then the other option is to go with a surface cleaner. Now this one I have is commercial grade, but it doesn't need to be. You can get these for that Ryobi machine right there that'll connect right on the end of that little Ryobi or whatever one you have for about 80 bucks at Home Depot or anything. They're smaller, but they will get that job done. And how a surface cleaner works is on the bottom of this, you have spinning nozzles there that clean everything as it goes by. So you can see the amount of area that is cleaning all at one time versus doing it with the nozzle. I'll show you the different ways, but it gives you some perspective. But I can whip through this whole garage with that thing, do the whole garage floor, not counting my move stuff time, but do this whole garage floor and do this whole driveway in about a half hour. So that thing just works really good, makes it really simple. I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff hooked up and show you some differences. Now the first thing we want to do is we want to get some soap and some water down on here, something that's going to let it soak for a little bit. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, hang on, get my hose. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use just my my ball valve and my hose. I'm going to wet this floor down and then I'm going to put some soap on it. So I'm just going to first wet it down. Just so I got something for the soap to get to. I'm not getting underneath my shelves and everything like that, that's fine. But I want to wet this down, get some water on here so I can mix it with the soap. Now the surface cleaner will not get real tight to the edges, so you want to do that with a turbo nozzle or a regular nozzle anyway. So that's why I didn't move those racks, I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I kind of do this professionally, so it's not like some things that, you should move that stuff. I'm just not gonna. Alright, so we get a little water down on here. Wet everything down like that, so it's set, and I mix my soap in. Now for soap wise, you can use bleach, you can use LA Awesome, you can use a lot of things. I'm going ahead and using LA Awesome. And the reason I'm using that is because I have a gallon of it left over. That's why. Bleach works fine. LA Awesome works fine. Concrete cleaner, whatever you want. I know the ratio is about probably 5 to 1 for this is what I should be using. And you can put it in a sprayer if you want to. I'm going to just pour it. because I already wet it down. So now as I pour this, I'm going to let this get in here too. Just pouring it on. Using 1 gallon per side is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to use a scrub brush and I'm going to scrub that around a little bit and even it out. And then I am going to just let it sit for a little while and see. So I'm going to take that, leave that. I'm going to take my brush here. Right here, just a standard scrub brush. And I'm going to just scrub that in a little bit, kind of even everything out here and make sure it's soaking in. And I'm going to leave it sit for a few minutes. Let it soak in and do its job. But this is just going to even it out with that water, just a lazy way of doing it. Mixing that soap and water together. You can already see it starting to take a lot of that crap up. So just mixing it in. I'm going to keep doing that, let it sit for a little bit, and then we'll come right back. All right, first off, we are going to use a 25-degree head, this thing, and we are going to do it the sucky way. This sucks, having to do this little by little, and I'll show you how it works. And so I'm going to fire up the generator. You won't be able to hear me talking, but I'll show you this, then I'll show you turbo nozzle, then I'll show you that pressure or the surface cleaner. Alright, you can see how exhausting that would be to do that, how long that would take. Now let's try a turbo nozzle. We'll put a turbo nozzle on here and see what that's about. Now this turbo nozzle basically spins around in there and it does a lot of the work for you in a much bigger area. So put this on and now you'll see this. of that turbo nozzle. That thing screams and does a fantastic job and really gets that done because it's constantly twirling, as you saw the differences. Now a surface cleaner is the ultimate. So, but this is still very handy for me. When I want to clean those edges, I use this turbo nozzle like this. set up and show you that. Alright, the surface cleaner covers all that area at one time. So this thing just screams as it does it. It gets it done really well. And all you do is walk with it, take your time, let it do the work for you. Look at the path that thing does. So that is your surface cleaner there. I'm going to kill the pressure washer real fast. Be right back. All right, so that's surface cleaned. Now we have to rinse this. We have a lot of dirt. You can still see all this dirt here that is there. That surface cleaner is not vacuuming up the dirt, it's just cleaning it off. So now we have to rinse this out. Rinse all this stuff out of the garage, then we can squeegee it dry. Now you will notice there are still some stains in here. Surface cleaning will not remove stains that have penetrated into the concrete. That is a whole other process. To get rid of stains, even like you see here, these tire marks where a tire is, those tires, those get down into the pores and you cannot necessarily get them up with any kind of power washing, okay? If you've tried it, you understand what I'm saying. So those require different chemicals to do that. Degreasers, sometimes even carb cleaners, things like that, which will be for another time in another video. I'm not worried about that. But like I said, now I'm going to go ahead and rinse this out. So I'm going to fire up my pressure washer and I'm going to rinse it with just my ball valve and clean this all out of here for you. Out with your wand, with your gun if you wanted to. I got a ball valve on here, it works just fine. That's what I'm using to rinse with. That's half of a garage floor clean. Now I just squeegee it out because my drain is still frozen. It is still, it's only mid-March, not even mid-March yet, but we got a nice 55-degree day, so I'm doing this. But now we just use the squeegee because the drain is froze, and we just squeegee, you know, just pull the water out of here, the remaining water out of here, and then this side is done. But that is how you clean that garage floor. Sweet, simple, and easy if you're using the right tools. So, all right, thanks for watching. All right, well, there you have it. This next day is pretty much dry in here. It looks really good. Again, keep in mind we're still freezing temperature, so it didn't dry completely. You can still see water there, some water there, still all wet right here. But, you know, because it's freezing at night still, so it's not drying out super fast. But that's it. Now, I will do a video that'll show you how to get rid of some of the stains that are in here and some of the paint. You can see over here, even in the water, where I still got some black paint here from a painting project. But this is normal stuff, but your regular pressure washing is not going to remove that stuff. You're going to need chemicals to do that, degreasers, things like that to kind of get rid of those, oxalic acid, things of that nature. And I'll do that stuff for another video when I get around to it. But this is basically it. Now, a great thing that you can use, what you want to do, another great thing before, again, I do this professionally, so I just don't care. I do this enough that in here that I'm not worried about it. But you could, when you do this, especially the outside, is use regular bleach. Okay, store-bought bleach is about 6% for your Clorox and stuff like that, and that's about perfect. Just take that bleach, no water needed for it, and you can just pour that bleach right on your concrete. 6% is fine. Maybe you want to go to 4%. Just remember that if it gets on your grass, it will kill the grass, so watch it on your driveway. But you can put that mixture of, 2% probably is not going to hurt your grass, but you want to keep it wet, but a 4%, 6%, whatever you want, just watch the grass, keep the grass watered and wet as you're doing it so that it dilutes that bleach down before it hits the grass. But you put a 6% of, you pour bleach in here, scrub it around with a brush for a minute, let it sit in here for, 10, 15 minutes, and then you do your pressure washing with that surface cleaner or whatever you're doing. It will clean this out really good. Again, keep in mind, you are looking at a 20-year-old garage floor, okay? And again, the wet spots and stuff, I get it, but like some of this stuff here, this staining, this 20-year-old stains, who knows if that'll come out or not without using hot water, special chemicals. So don't expect miracles, but look at how much nicer it looks in here. And the bleach is a fantastic thing. And then also, once you're done and you have it all cleaned up, take that bleach and then make about a 3% mix and just spray it on or pour it on lightly. You can use a pump-up sprayer if you want to. I don't have one in here. No, they're in the trailer. But a pump-up sprayer and spray it on there or mix it in there, whatever you want to do. But then leave it on and let the sun dry it. Let that dry, and then that will actually soak in, and that'll keep that protected against future stains. So that's a good way to do it. But this is not a hard, complicated, or expensive thing. Like I said, a surface cleaner, you get something like this. This all my stuff's got to go in my trailer here, but a surface cleaner, this one you don't need to be that extreme, but you can get ones that go on your little Ryobi or your little home pressure washer for literally, you can get them for, $80, $75. It will hook right on the end of that wand, and you can just push it around. But it makes a big difference, gets it done. I did not do the outside yet, just because I don't have the bleach yet. I use a lot of bleach. I buy it by a pallet full of 8 15-gallon jugs at a time. And it's 12.5%, so it's double what your normal bleach is. It's Pool Shock, but that's what I use for my business. Well, I don't have my first order in yet because it's still freezing. You can't let that stuff freeze, and we're still second week of March here, and it's freezing, so I cannot have that stuff in here freezing on me and losing its potency yet. So I will do the outside then, but like I said, very simple thing to do, not complicated. It took me about a half hour to do this whole garage and have it all done, and now I got it all clean and set, and it is, back to a perfect garage, ready to go. So nice having my boat out of here, having my quad out of here, having actually space in a garage again. I'm not used to that. So anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't be afraid to get out there and clean that stuff. It'll make it last. Make sure you get these cracks, okay? It is important, especially in the fall. I did a post on social media about that. Make sure that you get all the dirt out of these in the fall before you get started on, in your garage and outside in your driveway. Reason for this is if you don't, it will crack. Again, 20-year-old concrete here, not a crack anywhere in it, not a crack here, anywhere out here. Now this fell. Now this is actually falling down. there, and that is because I used to have a gutter on here that would drip right there, and that caused me that problem. I have to have this fixed and pulled up, but that's why that's under there. Like I said, it just dropped this whole section down is what it did. But there is no cracks in my driveway anywhere because of these stress cracks. I keep those suspension joints free, and you can see how it went that way like it's supposed to. That's what it's supposed to do. But there are no cracks in my concrete anywhere because in the fall I make sure every one of these are completely cleaned out, because if you leave dirt in there and they get jammed up, like you can see right there, if you leave dirt jammed up in there like that, what'll happen is they are going to freeze, and this is designed to expand and contract. And if you don't have those cleaned out where they can expand and contract like they're supposed to, that's how you crack your cement. You don't want to have cracked cement. So what you want to do is make sure that that is those are always cleaned out, and in your garage too. So there you go. There's a video for you. Quick little tips on running your pressure washer and how to go ahead and clean it out and get it done and all that kind of stuff. One more quick little tip for you. If you got to winterize it, like I've already had to winterize mine. I've used it twice this year. I keep re-winterizing it. Bottle of this stuff right here is like 10 bucks. Okay. Now the stuff that's in it is good, but I'm going to show you a trick here. But basically what this does is this connects. So you take this, on my pressure washer, I would remove this quick connect, but you put this where the water goes into your pressure washer. You stick it right in there, and then you crank it over a few times and it sucks it out. See all the pink that is in my overflow line here? That pink is RV antifreeze. This stuff right here, that's what I refill this with. I bought this 2 years ago, and I keep refilling it with pink RV antifreeze. And that's what I run through that. And I just keep, so when I'm done with this, if it's going to be freezing, I take this, pull off that black cap, and screw it right into that inlet. And then I squeeze it into there. You'll see it shoot through the pump. And then I pull it over a couple of times with it turned off, and it will clean out. And now this whole pump system is got RV antifreeze in it. So simple little thing. And I poured this right down my hoses and right down my lines. So like on my surface cleaner, I poured this right through that nozzle, right down this tube and right into there, and watch it come out pink, and that winterizes that. So quick, simple, easy. I got this right at Home Depot. You can get it anywhere, but the key is this little nozzle head here that you can screw in, and it's like it's a baffle in there, so it doesn't pour out too much. You screw that right on, and when you squeeze it, it will bypass that flap in there, and it will shoot that stuff in and get it set for you. So something like that works fantastic. So all right, there you go. That pretty much covers it for you. I'm gonna put this back up there, and thanks for watching. I will put some links down below for some of these surface cleaners, a few little things for you. Some of that kind of stuff will be in the video description. Where it says the video title, if you click that little arrow that is on the right, it's a little down arrow. You click that, it will drop down that whole thing, and it'll bring you all those links and all the information and everything like that. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.